guys. Hello, everybody. I hope that you can hear me okay. So, you guys, this is my first time doing a video like this. And so, y'all just be patient with me, okay? For those of you guys that are new, maybe we've never ever met before, I want to introduce myself to you. I am Casey Star Long. I live in the St. Louis area. And y'all, I just have a heart for Africa. All right. I have a heart for Africa. And there was a time, I want to say probably a little bit over 10 years ago, God began to put in my heart a desire to travel to Africa and to also lead groups of people who are interested in going to Africa. And so today we're going to be talking about an upcoming trip that I am hosting for family and for friends to go to Ghana. We're going to go to Accra, Ghana in 2026. So, the purpose of this information session is to tell you all about the trip that we are going to have in Accra, Ghana. We're going to talk about budget. We're going to talk about itinerary. We're going to talk about just all the details, the culture, the food, the traditions about this trip. So I want you to just hold tight. All right. And we're going to get through this together. At the end, we'll have some Q&A. I see already there are a couple of comments. I do want to know if you guys can let me know, are you able to see this on Facebook? If you are able to see this on Facebook, just let me know, because I'm curious. The whole idea was I wanted to put this on Facebook, but I'm not sure if it's streaming live on Facebook. Okay. I see people coming in from YouTube. Well, guys, I'm grateful for the YouTube community. And if for some reason this is not showing up on Facebook, then I'll share it. Okay, I'll share it. All right. Okay, so I see you're on YouTube. All right, sounds good. All right, you guys, well, we're going to go ahead and just pop into this presentation. And let's see. This is what I'm going to do. If you give me a second, we're going to start the slideshow. All right. So, you guys, I'm inviting you all to join me to Ghana, November the 17th through the 24th. All right. This is going to be in 2026. We're going to have a great time. So let's dive in and let's talk about what this trip entails. I'm super excited, super excited. So a little bit of information about me. My husband and I, we are involved in ministry in the St. Louis area. Before I got called to full-time ministry, I was actually in politics. So I served on our city council in the city of St. Louis. And during that time, God opened up the door for me to travel to various parts of the world. So I've been to Asia, China, Turkey, which is in part of Asia. I've been to Denmark. I've been to Ghana. All right. I went to Ghana in 2023. Loved it so much that I'm like, I got to bring people with me in 2026. I've also been to Mozambique. I've been to Uganda. These are other countries in Africa. And probably about 3 weeks ago, my husband and I, we traveled with a wonderful group and we spent 10 days in South Africa, which was amazing. I just really have a heart for Africa. It's just something that God has just placed on the inside of me. I love Africa, and I believe that everybody should visit the continent of Africa at least once. All right. But I think like if you go to Africa at least one time, you're going to want to go again because every country is unique. Every country is different. Okay, Amethyst, thank you so much. Okay, Amethyst sees this on Facebook. Yay. Hello to our Facebook community. Somebody is saying it's not live on Facebook. The link is sending us to YouTube. Okay, Pastor RB, thank you for letting me know. Thank you guys so much for being here. All right, and I believe others are going to join us. All right, so so I just have a heart for Africa, and I just want to share my heart for Africa with more people. That's why we're doing this trip. Sometimes you just kind of need maybe a Harriet Tubman to just kind of open up the door, somebody that's trusted. And so, yeah, I've asked God to be that person. He's opened up the opportunity to do this. So, all right. So let's talk a little bit about Ghana. Where is Ghana? Ghana is located right on the western part of Africa. Okay. So you can see the Ghana map So it's right on the coast of Africa. And this is pretty poignant because Ghana was very instrumental as part of the transatlantic slave trade. As you can see, they're right on the tip of the Atlantic Ocean. Now, there's another reason too why I like Ghana as a trip for Americans to travel to, because the flight isn't that long. Now, I said it's not that long, but going from New York to Ghana, it's about a 10-hour flight. Okay, so earlier I mentioned that I have traveled to other parts of Africa. Those flights are much, much longer. So 10 hours, it's still a long flight, but it's probably the quickest flight you can get to from the US. Also, there's great culture, there's great history, and there's also that connection to the transatlantic slave trade, which I think is really important from a historic point that people may be interested in. So also on this slide, I have to put a picture of some food of Ghana. We're going to talk a little bit more about the African cuisine because y'all, it really is some good food on that plate, on that slideshow. It's something called jollof rice. Y'all, that rice is so good. I could eat that every single day. But we'll talk a little bit more about food. So this is where Ghana is. It's on the western part of the continent. So when people are like, where are you going? We're going to West Africa, okay? So this is a family and friends cultural experience. So when I first went to Ghana, and that's actually me pictured in Ghana, I was shopping, y'all. I did some sewing classes while I was in Ghana. I traveled by myself. So I was part of a tour. All right. We're using the same travel partners, Maximum Impact Travel, but I traveled by myself. So if you are a solo traveler, I want to let you know that's okay. If you're traveling with a spouse or with a girlfriend, you're welcome to do that as well. And even if you're going to be traveling with kids, that's cool too. Okay. This is going to be a family, fun, friendly trip, or, however you're welcome. All right. So let's talk about what to expect in Ghana. Okay. All right. Michelle is saying her and her mama are here. All right, Michelle. I'm glad that you guys are here. And Michelle has traveled. We've traveled to Uganda together. Uganda is on the other part of the continent, the eastern part of the continent. All right. So let's talk about this trip. We are going to be traveling November the 17th through the 24th in 2026. What is the weather like during that time? So I'm from St. Louis. Now in November, it starts getting pretty cold, but in Ghana, we're going to Ghana, not Uganda. We're going to Ghana. Ghana is hot. All right. It's going to be hot. It's warm. It's kind of like a tropical warmth. It is stereotypical Africa, how we perceive Africa to be. So you're going to want to dress in your shorts, your dresses. You're going to want to dress like it's summertime. Okay. Even the lows are still pretty warm. Now, the culture and the language with Ghana, all right, they speak English, but they also speak some of their local languages as well. But pretty much everywhere we will go, people will speak English, all right? Let's talk about the food. So I mentioned the jollof rice, which is like a tomato-based rice, but it has spices, it has flavors. It is absolutely delicious. It's one of their national dishes, the jollof rice. It's exquisite. But for our meat eaters, you'll be able to eat lots of different types of meat, your pork, your beef, your goat, your fish. For the pescatarians in the house, vegetarians, vegans, we have you covered as well. Lots of fresh fruit. Lots of fresh vegetables. I'm telling you, you're not going to go hungry while you are in Ghana. Okay. Now, another thing too about Ghana is because people speak English, because it's not as far from the US, Ghana has done a great job with having tourism to attract Americans to Ghana. So they do a really, really good job. So yes, you are in Africa, but I believe that it's a pretty easy transition. So where we will be at, we'll have Wi-Fi, we'll have air conditioning, we'll have some of the amenities that we expect here in the US. So it won't be It won't be America. We will be in Africa, but I assure you that you'll be comfortable if you're open to experiencing something different. I mentioned, who is this trip for? Individuals. So I mentioned when I first went to Ghana in 2023, I went by myself. I was part of a group, but I didn't know anyone in the group. The group was actually based out of Washington, D.C. And so there were individuals, some people brought their spouses, some people brought their children. Even though it was based out of D.C., there were people like me who came from Missouri. There were people who came from all over the U.S. But when I think about it now, I was like, girl, you are a brave girl. But I had a great time. I met some friends. I never ever felt lonely. And so if you are like an individual and you're just like, you know what, I want to go to Africa, you are welcome to be part of this trip. I recently went to South Africa with my husband. That was his first time going. So we were a couple. And there were others that were individuals who went by themselves. There were people that went with friends. Children are welcome on this trip. It's a great opportunity for children to experience Africa and also the history, especially learning about the transatlantic slave trade. We're going to have a day just of history. And also this is for people who they have a bucket list. They're like, look, I want to go to Africa. I want to see Africa before I die. I want to experience Africa. This is something that has been on your heart and you're just kind of like, how will I get there? What does it look like? And so, yeah, so this is a trip for you. So we're excited about you potentially joining us on this trip. So why book the Ghana experience? Hey, like I mentioned, see Africa. It's a once in a lifetime opportunity for some people. You know, some people like me just kind of got sucked in and I'm like, I want to go. Every time there's an opportunity to go to Africa, I'm like, I want to go. Also, we're going to have history, culture. There are also going to be times to just relax and just enjoy the continent of Africa. It's a great opportunity to meet some new people as well. All right, y'all. So let's get into it. Let's talk about what does this itinerary look like, okay? We're going to be in Ghana November the 17th through the 24th. So let's get in with this itinerary. First thing that you want to keep in mind, the tour starts on November the 17th. We are going to be working with a travel partner. They have curated this itinerary for us. Let me tell you about this travel partner. This will be the third trip that I have gone on with this travel partner. They do excellent work. They are easy to work with. They are professional, and they make sure that the people that we work with on the ground in these countries are top-notch and professional. For those that may be elderly, maybe you use a wheelchair walker, the people on the ground are able to accommodate, all types of capacities and abilities, just really excellent people. Okay. And so I'm excited to work with this travel partner once again. All right. So the first day, November the 17th. All right. Ghana is about 6 hours ahead of Central Standard Time. To make sure that you are ready the first day of the trip, you are going to want to depart your home city on November the 16th, okay? So you will arrive in Ghana on November the 17th, all right? This first day, day one, is just to rest, check into the hotel, eat some food, and you probably are going to want to just kind of rest and relax that first day, okay? Just to kind of get jet lag, just to kind of, get into the rhythm, get into the time zone. So that's day one, November the 17th. Okay, day two. This is when our activity begins. We're going to start off with breakfast. Breakfast is provided complimentarily at the hotel. The breakfast features international cuisine. It's like a buffet. So you can have some of the local foods, but you can also just enjoy the standard type of breakfast that we have here, in America, your omelets, your Danish. It's a full breakfast buffet, all kinds of stuff. All right. And then we're going to visit the historic Accra tour. So all of the sites all of the history that Accra is known for. This is what we are going to experience on day 2. We're going to visit the Kwame Nkrumah Mausoleum. Kwame Nkrumah was a president in Accra, very famous president. I might get some pushback for this, but just how African Americans revere Barack Obama, that is how Accra reveres Kwame Nkrumah. Very, very important to the history of Accra. We're going to visit all of the sites. Many people don't know that W.E.B. Du Bois, he actually left America and built a home and retired in Accra. We're going to visit his home while we are in Accra. So this is a great opportunity for photo ops. It's just a great opportunity. We will be taking a guided tour through these various sites on day 2. And after that, we'll enjoy lunch together. And for those of you that may be interested, later in the day, we will visit with tailors and seamstresses in Ghana for those that may want custom-made clothing. When I attended Ghana in 2023, I was able to get a custom dress made by a local designer and seamstress in Ghana. Y'all, this woman, she was able to create a beautiful dress for me within like 2 or 3 days. I only paid $50. That included the fabric. Unfortunately, I met her toward the end of my trip. Had I met her in the beginning of the trip, I would have gotten her to sew me an entire wardrobe. So that is why I'm putting this at the front end of the trip for those that may be interested in getting some custom clothes made by local designers in Ghana. And so that's an opportunity. It's optional for those that may be interested. So day 2, history. We're going to eat some good food, enjoy history. And if you want to get some custom clothes made, you can, for all of my fashionistas. All right. Awesome. Okay. Michelle's like, hey, I want to go every time. I know she's talking about Africa. Absolutely. Okay. Day 3. So what we're going to do is that this is kind of a day where you can just kind of pace yourself. We are going to have an optional photo shoot for those that may be interested. This is just completely optional. I know that you have seen maybe some of the pictures in Greece of women with the flying dresses. Well, guess what? Accra, Africa, they have their own style as well, where you can also participate in the flying dress photo shoot. So it comes with a full glam squad, makeup. You get your pictures, and you get to pose in front of a historic landmark in Accra. This is just for those that may be interested. Those that are not interested in a flying photo shoot, today is your day to kind of do what it is that you would like to do. We are able to book you with a spa package where you're able to do shopping on this day. You're able to relax at your own pace, and you're going to want to take advantage of the relaxation days because you've traveled. We've had a busy day walking in day 2. And our other days, we are going to be moving, and the itinerary is going to be pretty busy. So you can look at day 3 as kind of like a rest day, if you will. All right, day 4. Day 4 is a day where we are going to explore the Aburi Botanical Garden. You guys, this is a beautiful park, beautiful nature, a great opportunity to get photos, to do a photo shoot. If you kind of like to do that, get content. But it's really a great opportunity to see the beauty of Africa, the beauty of nature in Ghana. We will also partake in a hands-on cooking class. So for those of you that like to cook, you want to learn traditional African dishes, we are going to have a hands-on cooking class for our vegans, for our those with special diets. We will be able to accommodate you in the cooking class as well. So this is a great opportunity to just kind of have hands-on and just try different things. Day 5. Now, this is a day, it's going to be a full day. So like I said, our trip starts in Accra, but we are going to travel to a city in Ghana called Cape Coast. Cape Coast is a very central city. This is where the door of no return is located. Okay. So, what we are going to do is we are going to go to the ancestral river park. So, slaves, before they were transported to America or to Europe, they took their final bath. Okay. And so we're going to go to the river where slaves took their final bath. We are also going to visit what is known as the dungeons. These were the holding cells where slaves were before they departed out of the door of no return to go to America. To there were slaves in Europe to go to the British West Indies. So you were going to see that. You were going to experience all of that on this day. This is a full day. This is a day where we wear white. It's actually pretty a somber time. There are tears from some people. It is a very significant part of the trip, and it's just really something to see, something to experience, to really understand what Africans experienced during the transatlantic slave trade. And so, if you're African American, this is part of our history, it's part of our culture, and it's an important day during our trip. All right, day 6, it's going to be on a Sunday. So for those that wish, we're going to attend church at a non-denominational Christian church. So you get the opportunity to worship the Lord in an African church. In 2023, I visited an African church. It was wonderful. The message was wonderful. The praise and worship was lively. They welcomed us. And so it was just a really great experience to be able to worship God on the continent of Africa. This is optional. I understand some people may say, you know what? I'm on vacation or I need the extra rest, because the visit to Cape Coast, it does take a lot. But those that would like to get up, we'll have some breakfast, we'll worship the Lord, we'll have a good time, we'll have lunch. And what we will also do is participate in a community service activity. Some of you guys know my background going to Africa has consisted of a lot of mission trips. What I tell people, this particular trip, it's not a mission trip, but everywhere we go, we're going to, give praise and give honor to God. That's just what we do. So I've built a time, and working with our local partners to have some way that we will give back. So it may look like serving at an orphanage for a few hours that Sunday, working at an area with the unhoused. I'm not sure exactly what it's going to look like. This part is completely optional. For those that may not want to go to church or participate in a mission trip, I would love for you to do so, but if you just want to rest, you can do that. You could treat today as a free day to explore the city, to shop, and we'll have partners on the ground to help you navigate that for those that may not want to participate in those activities. One of the things that's really important about this trip is that this is your time. This is your vacation. And so if there are things on the itinerary where you just say, you know what, I just need to rest, or I really don't want to participate in that, it's not mandatory. These are things that we have cultivated and curated that we think will be nice and will think will be great. But some people may want to say, you know what, I want to take an Uber to the beach. Or some people may say, you know what, I want to, visit a friend. You have the liberty to do that. Our partners in Accra are able to assist you. When I went in 2023, there was one part of the itinerary that I didn't want to participate in, and I got my hair braided. And they were kind to help connect me with the Uber to make sure that I was safe. And they recommended a salon, and I got my hair braided during that time. So, this is your trip. We want you to have fun. This is your investment. And so we want to do everything that we can to make sure that you feel comfortable. All right, you guys, November the 7th. Okay. Rochelle says her birthday is on November the 20th. All right, we're going to have to do it big for you on your birthday to recognize your birthday in the continent of Africa. All right, November the 7th. Okay, November the 23rd, day 7 of the itinerary. We're going to do an African drumming lesson. All right. And so that's going to be fun. We're also going to do a bead making workshop. Africa is known for just beautiful handcrafted jewelry, especially Ghana. A lot of the fabric that I bring, some of you guys know, I am a seamstress here in St. Louis. I have run a business that has provided sewing services to the community. A lot of the fabric that I get is actually imported from Ghana, even though I may have gotten it from Uganda or traveled to Mozambique. A lot of the fabric and the jewelry, it actually originates from Ghana. So I'm looking forward to, purchasing some beautiful fabrics and beautiful textiles, and we get to take a class. Now, Africa, Ghana, they're known for their shea butter. So we get to see how shea butter is made. We know that it is moisturizing to the skin, it's healing to the skin. So again, this is just kind of one of a kind, opportunities to just explore and just try different things while we are in the continent. Okay. All right. Day 8. Unfortunately, this is the day where we depart from Ghana. So what we're going to do is we're going to eat breakfast. We'll have lunch. We'll do some last minute shopping, and that evening we ask for people to book your departure tickets to go back to your home destinations after 4 p.m. And we will depart from Accra, Ghana, having an experience of a lifetime on November the 24th. Okay, so I think it's important. You might be saying, okay, well, where are we going to be staying in Accra? We want to make sure that you are comfortable during your stay in Accra, that you are safe, that you are comfortable. So you can look up the reviews. We will be staying at the Tang Palace Hotel. I believe it's a 4-star hotel. And this hotel is actually considered luxury. And I say it's Africa luxury. All right. So it's not the Four Seasons, how we think of luxury maybe in the United States. But what I will say is that it's a very comfortable place. It's modern. There's air conditioning. There's Wi-Fi. There's a mini bar in the room. You got your flat screen TV. There are restaurants in the hotel. There's pool, bar. There's 24-hour reception. People speak English. There's laundry services. So you're going to be comfortable. We do not want you to stay any place where you are not going to be comfortable, but you are going to be comfortable in Accra, Ghana. And what I tell people is that this is a African luxury experience. And it's a great trip. It's a great trip, great amenities. And so what you're going to get, because I'm going to move in, because I know some of y'all are like, okay, how much is this going to cost? So with this trip, what is included? You get premium accommodations. You're going to be transported in air conditioning vehicles. You get your daily breakfast, your curated cultural and historical tours, hands-on activities. You get to connect with other travelers, y'all, all of that good stuff. So let's talk about pricing. All right, we have a special price for children between the ages of 5 to 11 years old. All right, the price for children is reflected on the screen. Okay, it's about $3,700 for children ages 5 to 11. Now, if you have a child that's going to turn 12 by the time that they are in Ghana, they will not qualify for that child price. Okay, but if they're going to be between the ages of 5 to 11, during the dates of our tour, November the 17th through the 24th, this is the price for the children. I want to say too, I have traveled to Africa, I want to say probably 8 or 9 times. And I know this isn't everybody's story, but I want to say this because this is part of my story. There have been times where I was like, I do not know how I'm going to pay for this trip. But I felt that the Lord placed it on my heart to go. Y'all, each time God has always provided a way. Now, there were times where I've had to fundraise. There were times where I had to work extra hours. So I teach sewing classes and I'm like, okay, God, give me ideas so that I can generate, more classes. I remember one time I needed money to purchase a plane ticket to go to Uganda for a mission trip. Someone had given me a sewing machine that I didn't use. It was just kind of in the bag in the basement. And God was like, look, sell the sewing machine. And so I was able to sell that sewing machine. That's how I was able to pay for my ticket. And so I just say that, that God does provide this trip. It is an investment, it's an experience. And so, yes, there may be some wiggling around to figure out how to make it work, but I'm telling you, you're going to enjoy this trip. So for those of you that have a roommate, double occupancy, the price is about $5,800 per person. Okay. This is for your 8-day experience while you are in Ghana. I mentioned I went as a single. All right. And when I went as a single, I paid the single price. I did enjoy kind of having my own room, and that was a blessing. But for those of you that are traveling solo, this will be the price. Okay. Now, a couple of things. So to get started, what you want to do is you want to pay your deposit to reserve your spot. It's a $200 deposit. And in a second, I'm going to go to the website where you can make your deposit. Okay. Now, when I went to Ghana, and I did a payment plan. So for those of you that are interested in a payment plan where you pay something monthly, each month, that our travel partners have made it easy for you to do that. Okay. That's how my husband and I were able to go to South Africa recently. We made monthly payments, and God provided a way for us to do that. Okay. All right, you guys, give me 1 second. What I'm going to do is I am going to pull up the site that I want you to go to. So for you to make your $200 deposit. For those of you that make your $200 deposit, I'm going to pull this now. For those of you that make your $200 deposit today, what you're going to do is I'm going to invite you to a free welcome dinner. All right. So that second night, we're going to have a special welcome dinner. For those of you that join tonight, you're going to have a free meal on me. Okay. Because I want you to join and I don't want you to miss out. Okay. So give me 1 second, you guys. I am going to share my screen and I'm going to take you to the website. And in a second, I'm going to put the link also up on the screen. So I hope that y'all can see my web page right now. Okay. So this is what the page looks like when you click the link to be able to sign up for the trip. All right. So we talked about the itinerary, and Maximum Impact is our travel partner. All right. So we talked about the itinerary. And then this is what you're going to do. You're going to go to the trip packages. If you are a double occupancy, you're going to click that book now. All right. You're going to go to double occupancy. If you do not have a roommate yet, and you would like to have a roommate, we will do our best to match you with a roommate. Okay. So you click the double occupancy. You're going to pay your $199 deposit today. Okay. And then you can continue. All right. Now, if you want to book the flying photo shoot dress, you can pay that. That is $425. There's a $50 deposit required today. Okay. And so then it's going to take you to this page for you to book it. Okay. And so for those that would like to book the flying photo shoot dress, what will be due today is $249. All right. Okay, I'm going to try and go back. I hope that y'all were able to see the video. Somebody in comments, let me know that you were able to see the page that I shared. What I'm also going to do is I am going to put the link for you to sign up, okay, for you to click the link to pay your deposit. I know that on one of these screens, I had the bit.ly link, but it really wasn't working. So I'm going to put this back up. Okay, this is the link. I'm going to take off this. Okay. This is the link that you can go to sign up, to make your deposit, and to join the trip. Okay. Oops, it keeps going off. Okay. For some reason, there's a timer on here, and I don't want the timer. I just want it to stay up. All right. Okay, so I'm going to take a couple of questions. Hey, if somebody wants to help me, you could put this link in the chat. I wonder if I could keep it. Maybe y'all bear with me for 1 second. If for some reason you want to get the link, but it won't show up, you can also email me. My contact information is on the screen as well. Okay, so I'm going to take a couple of Q&As, all right? So Rochelle says, what is the deadline for the deposit? All right, so really you have up until October 2026 to sign up for the trip. All right. So, but I am giving folks today free that I'm going to pay for your dinner at our welcome to Ghana welcome dinner. All right. So for those that sign up this week, all right, those that sign up this week, you pay your $199, then you will be able to join me for free for the welcome dinner. Okay. So yes. So I hope that you will sign up. Okay. All right. Any other questions? So there are a couple of things too that I want to share just about the trip. I'm going to put this. Y'all bear with me 1 second. Okay. I have in my mind what I want the screen to look like. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. So Rochelle says she's going to pay the deposit on Friday. Perfect. Great. All right. I'll see you at the welcome dinner. All right. Let's see what else. Any other questions? Any other questions? All right. I hope that y'all are going to join me. It's $199. And like I said, sign up for those monthly payments, or you could just pay outright. Some of you guys are able to, you can connect with our travel partners. Maybe some of you are like, you know what? I want to put down half now and then do monthly payments later. You are definitely able to do that. And I'm happy to connect you with our travel partners and to do whatever works for you financially. There are a couple of other things to think about. If you do not have a passport yet, I want you to get your passport. You're going to need to get your passport. Go ahead and start doing that now. Work on that process now to make sure that you have a passport. A couple of things too, as the trip gets a little bit closer, we'll walk you through the process to get your visa. You are going to have a visa to be able to enter into the country of Ghana. Good. Sharon says, I did a good job explaining the info. Good. The visa is about a $60 fee, and there is a process to do that. And for those of you, let's see, any shots, there is a yellow fever vaccination, and malaria pills are encouraged to enter into the country. And for those of you that join us on the trip, I'll walk you through all of that process. Yes, Pastor RV. So those are the vaccinations, the yellow fever vaccination, and you want to make sure that you get your malaria pills. For those that have health clinics in the community, I got my yellow fever vaccination at a local health clinic, and I just asked for my doctor to write me a prescription for malaria pills every time I go to Africa. And you really want to get that in case you do get bit by a mosquito, you won't get sick. Okay, so somebody's asked a really good question. What is the cancellation or refund policy? This is a very good question. All right, so you want to get travel insurance, okay, because there are no refunds. All right. So this is very important. So when you pay your deposit, that goes to our travel partner, Maximum Impact. So none of the payments that you make, they do not go to me. They go straight to the travel company. And they begin to work with our travel partners on the ground. The way how you are going to get refunds, if something happens that you need to cancel or something like that, you want to get travel insurance, okay? And I'm happy to connect you with the travel insurance company. And so once you get your trip insured, and I recommend anytime anybody go out of the country, you want to get travel insurance, and through travel insurance. And then that's also in case something happens medically to you, God forbid. You just want to make sure that you are covered. Okay. So very, very good question. We want to make sure that you get travel insurance. Okay. And I've purchased travel insurance several times. Even this last time going to South Africa, some of you guys know, my husband is in his 70s, has had some health conditions, and fortunately nothing happened, but we had that travel insurance just as backup. And we were grateful that we had that travel insurance. Are there any other questions? Anything else that I can help people with? I know that there's a lot of information, but I want to encourage you, y'all, visit the Linktree account. All right. And you will see on there information about the trip to Ghana. You want to click that link and you want to pay your $199 deposit. Join me on this trip to Ghana. I'm telling you, it's going to be a trip of a lifetime. Okay. All right, you guys. It looks like there are, let me see if there are any more questions. Okay. Our flights included. Great question, Pastor Arby. This does not include your ticket price. Okay, great question. Thank you. I want to make sure I note that. So this doesn't include your ticket price. So my last ticket to Accra was about $1,200. So you do want to budget in your flight. All right. So there is a flight cost. And if we get enough people from St. Louis, we'll be able to do a group flight. And that would be great that we can all travel to Ghana together. All right. And I'm looking at that New York flight, just right across the river. Well, not river, the ocean. At night we can sleep and get there and just be bright-eyed and ready to have a great time in Africa. Are there any other questions, you guys? All right. Well, you guys, I appreciate you all being here. Again, my contact information, I've included my cell phone on this on this presentation. If you have any questions, you are welcome to text me. You are welcome to email me. I hope that you will join me on this trip. Like I said, it's a $200 deposit, and we'll connect you with some travel insurance, and just make sure that you are comfortable. The great thing is that, y'all, we have a year. We have a year to make payments. We have a year to plan and to get ready for this trip. Hey, this video, we're having it a little bit right before Christmas. It's a great way to give a gift to yourself, to experience a continent with a great itinerary, with great people. And I hope that you will join us. Okay. All right, you guys. Well, I want to thank you so much for your interest in this trip. I want to thank you for the time that you have put in and for your interest. And hey, I hope that you, your family, your friends, or maybe it's just you by yourself, I hope that you will join me in Ghana. We're going to have a great, amazing time. All right. Okay, you guys, I'm signing off from now. I'll talk to you later. Let me know if you have any questions, and I hope to see you in Ghana. Bye.